Valcorpa here. Welcome back to another stream of Elden Ring with Mildred, the the swordswoman who uh, got a taste of what hubris brings her last time, unfortunately. But we are going to do better, I hope. That is my intent. Astute viewers will notice that I am not in the place where I left off last time. That is because, well, a few reasons. One, I did a little bit of grinding, just because I was very disappointed in my performance, and I thought if I patted myself with some levels, it would make things go a little easier for me. I put about 5 points into Vigor, and then a handful of points into Dexterity and Endurance. And we'll see where that takes us. Also, rather than diving right back into the Fringe Folk hero's grave, walking through that terrible dungeon and trying however many times against the ulcerated tree spirit, I thought I'd depart for a bit and just play a little bit of the game. Go to Stormveil Castle and get through a fair bit of that. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going into Stormveil Castle. And a few streams ago, we left off over there. By a few, I mean two. It's where Margit, the fell was felled. And then Melina took us to the Round Table Hold. What do you know? Another site of grace, because who would ever want to walk up these steps? We have to go talk to someone.
You there?
Yep.
Come over here, would you?
Well, hello. Tall, pit-eyed friend.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I would advise against taking the main gate into the castle. It's tightly guarded by hardened old hands. Oh, try the opening right here. The guards don't know about it. You'll breach the castle undetected.
House of Pain says, he seems so honest, he would never rob you. Yeah, a guy like this, certainly no ill intent up his, well, maybe it's tactless of me to say up his sleeve.
Fair enough. You certainly don't have to trust me. Well, if you must go through the gates, I'll signal them to open. But of course, I'd advise against it.
Well, we got dogs in the chat from House of Pain. This is the first time I'm noticing that Gostock is missing a left hand. Missing his left arm below the elbow, it seems. Makes you wonder if maybe his master asked for a hand, and Gostock, unknowing of how literal Godric was going to be, dutifully lent it. My dude needs a glass of water. Yeah, this is the face of hydrate or dihydrate. He needs some sunlight. He also, I think he really needs a friend, because he wouldn't act the way he was. Oh, House of Pain makes an interesting point. What if Gostock got punished for thieving? I'm just gonna do this. See this right here, honey trap. I opened the gate because you can't go back and open the gate after you've made your decision, or at least I wasn't able to the first time I played. So I like having this option for later. I'm not going in there though, because I will immediately expire. Now, it's very apropos what House of Pain suggests, that Gostock was punished for thieving, Because, of course, as many a hapless Tarnished has learned walking through Stormveil Castle, if you fall at any point, uh, maybe you get hit with a particularly aggressive bird, or you get knocked off of this ledge here, you will awaken with 30% of your runes gone, because Mr. Gostock has seen fit to lift them from your corpse. Not cool. So yeah, and it was, or at least in my understanding, it was not an uncommon punishment for thieves to have their, oh crap, silly me, have their fingers or hands chopped off after being caught in the act of thieving. Bird. These birds suck. Not a whole lot more to say about it. They've got wonky attack patterns, and they hit hard. I've heard tell, though not been able to test it for myself since I'm so shit at parrying, that these birds can be parried. And isn't that something sweet? Little taste of their own bird medicine. Here's what I'm going to do before I jump down there and play around. Go to downtown Birdtown. I'm going to go over here to this, and we're just going to activate it. Boop. And wouldn't you know it, after all this time, it's the Chapel of Anticipation, where we began the game. Never realized it had a tree sentinel statue. But yeah, it's this wonderful little cliff island. The island, or at least the land itself, is very reminiscent of Pike, the island and castle that from the Iron Islands in A Song of Ice and Fire, where the most puissant house of Greyjoy comes from. Whee! Alright, let's do this. Come on. Alright, get handled. Okay. For every wonky boss, let there be a weapon with a wonky hitbox. Oh, there's something over here for me to grab. I guess this sword is long and archy enough. I don't really know what to... eccentric enough to catch these birds off guard. But back to Gostock, I think it could go either way. Godric, for all of his bluster, does seem to want to play Lord. Wowee. I wouldn't call him honorable. Okay. But maybe he has his own sense of corporal justice that he felt he needed to mete out on Gostock. Either way, whether he took Gostock's arm for grafting or he punished him for thieving, did not leave a lasting positive impression on the wizened old I don't know, what is he? Quartermaster? Castellan? Steward? I don't think he's a steward. I don't know why I sat down to do this. I don't think I have enough. Yeah. I'm way behind. And as you can see, I put some points in. It wasn't anything worth streaming, because who really likes watching someone grind levels? I just fought those 5 giants. Great. No. Those 5 giants in Stormveil. The ones of which I spoke. Oh my. Oh, come on. Okay, I need to be careful. Will you? No, 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 no. Oh, God. So... That's not a good look. But it is a great way to show y'all the what I've talked about with Gostock in action. So we'll just pretend that I planned this, that I'm sacrificing my runes for the sake of your edification. That's what we'll say. Because if I walk over here and I pick these up, I will have been proven wrong. Yeah, House of Pain gives me some Fs, some dogs, and some you died. All of which, well earned. That's what I think about you, bud. Come on. Will you... Oh my! Okay, you'd think I would have learned from the last time, but... Forget what I said. Learning's for chumps. But I will take those smithing stones that I can't use with this weapon, and the exile hood. Why don't we see about that? Surely the exiles have something interesting about them. Deep red hood that covers the whole head, worn by soldiers sent to the penal colonies, who are required to keep their faces hidden. Very interesting, if you ask me. Again, I'm no doctor of Lands Between history. Wow. Nor am I very good at avoiding fire pots. But I don't remember hearing about any sort of penal colony, seeing evidence of one. Obviously, there's a prison under Lane Dell. There's a few prisons that you can visit throughout the Lands Between. There's the jail cave in Caelid, which is a terrible, miserable location if you've ever been. Not terribly hard, just like one of the many sites across the Land Between that show the sort of misery and hopelessness experienced by its citizens, denizens. Thank you. But no colony. There's the prison under the sewers. There's the jail cave, like I said. Presumably there are others. I think there are some, like... Well, yeah, there's plenty of, like, stocks and jails in Gelmir. But none of them struck me as a colony. So I just want to look at the hook claws. Weapon worn on the fist, comprised of sharp parallel blades, favored by those who lurk in the dark. Lacerations cause blood loss with great effect. Claw weapons come in pairs, and two-handing this weapon will equip it in both hands. Ultimately, quite similar in general idea, but different in its reach and speed from the weapon I'm already using. Do you guys want to blow up more of these? I don't want to get caught in the blast. Okay, I guess you don't. That's fine. Let's do this, shall we? Okay, we need to go, we need to go, we need to go. Hey, buddy. You just stood there, guy. You just stood there and let me do that. Take St. Trina's arrow. Ah. One of the most Interesting and elusive topics in all of Elden Ring. St. Trina. Arrow carved to resemble a withered water lily. Afflicts targets with a powerful sleep effect. Priests of St. Trina use these arrows to spread their teachings. The sweet oblivion of sleep can become quite the habit. So it gives you the impression that the priests of St. Trina are almost like this Inception-style group who prefer to live their life in the dream world rather than the mortal plane. And when in a place like this, dealing with people like this, who could blame them? I don't want to fight you up here. It's not advantageous for me to fight on such a oh my god. Whew. This guy, he's got... He's the best Elden Ring player with his command of the battleground. It is no simple fight that he does. Had the high ground, nearly pushed me off. Oh, hello. Sorry about that, I suppose. Oh yeah. That makes this easier, because if you approach from the other end, he chucks fire bombs at you. With St. Trina, at this point, we've sat on the available vanilla lore of Elden Ring for so long that most of us who care about this sort of thing all but know that St. Trina is an aspect of Mikola, the Unalloyed. Much like his mother and father, he has an alter ego of a different gender, and you see me dithering here. We'll get to why in a second. Someone's throwing some kind of fit. Anyway, he I wish I knew what the heck is. Must be someone up there. He has this other persona, most assume, named Saint Trina, who is depicted as a young girl, or sometimes a boy, but usually a girl. And in one idol made in the honor of Saint Trina, the Torch of Saint Trina, she is depicted with in full adulthood, which is said to be quite disturbing or unsettling. And it's hard to say what exactly, other than the fact that she has a third eye. Now let's do this. Hooey! Okay. Knowing is half the battle, like 2/3 of the battle with this guy. Because I can't tell you how many times he killed me the first time I played. Because why would you expect that? Why would you expect there to just be this guy in here? Or to be locked in? And, as you may already know or have supposed, the person who kicked us into the door and locked it behind us was none other than Gostock. He is... well, he's an asshole. There's no polite way of saying it. I just picked something up. It was a talisman, and it was the Curved Sword Talisman. Enhances guard counters. A talisman depicting a curved sword and swordsman enhances guard counters. It is said a blind swordsman was the originator of this technique, the art of allowing one's opponent to strike so as to leave them vulnerable with a well-timed reply. Now, this would be a very worthy talisman to have on our person, because this blind swordsman, of whom the talisman is made in honor of, is most likely the mysterious blind swordsman who assisted Melania in learning the art of the blade. Yes. While Radon and Rykard were out partying, Melania studied the blade with this blind swordsman. Yeah, we picked up a rusty key as well. I don't know if there's anything noteworthy on it, but we can always check. No. Rusted iron key opens a locked door in Stormveil Castle. And as I've clearly demonstrated, I already knew which door it was for. It's all good, baby. Climbing up. I'm hoping that I get some of these exiles to drop their armor, because I'm getting a little tired of the Land of Rings, or sorry, Land of Rings. That's what the Lands Between is. The Land of Reeds get up. It's... I don't know. Well, for one, it's not doing a whole lot for me. And for two, not my aesthetic. Not my aesthetic for this character, at least. Boom. Always a treat to make something explode. Oh, crap, wrong buttons. Let's do it. Thanks, bud. I don't know how to get there exactly, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. I think what I gotta do is jump from here to there. That would make sense. Let me just nab this. Thank you for the fire grease that I will never use, simply because I'm always using weapons that require somber smithing stones, and most, if not all of those weapons, you can't apply status effect grease to them. You are just sweet out of luck. Good night. Alright. Well, he landed in a good place for me if he had dropped anything, but he didn't drop anything, so, you know. Not important. Mushroom. I don't think I've ever read the item description for just a regular mushroom. But maybe I should be careful? I don't know if there's any... Nah, whatever. Who cares? Let them come. Mushroom. I have a lot of them. A fungal growth that thrives in damp thickets and elsewhere. Material used for crafting items. Its thick, spongy flesh makes it a key component in throwing pots. Huh. I didn't know that's what the mushrooms were for. Never really crafted a lot of throwing pots. Except when I was in Mogwood Palace and used a bunch of volcano pots to get rid of all the blood corpses that would otherwise just kind of ruin your day. Ooh, brick hammer. Let me pop down here. Boop. Ooh, I thought I was dead for a second. Should usually look before you leap. Weapon made from an ordinary stone brick, wielded by a laborer who led a rebellion and later became a champion himself. Even among other bludgeons of its size, this weapon is especially weighty. The strength of a giant is required to wield it. And skill is Barbaric Roar. Interesting. Very suggestive item description, saying led by a fighter who later became a champion. requires a giant strength to wield. It is commonly assumed of... Not commonly assumed, I'm sorry. There is a buzz about Radigan due to one of the item descriptions that indicate he harbors a deep-seated shame in the color of his hair, and that it is said that shame comes from the suggestion that one gets red hair from being kin of the fire giants. So could it be that before Radigan made a name for himself as a fighter in the Liurnian Wars, that he was this champion that led a rebellion, hammer in hand? He certainly uses a hammer when we fight him at the very end of the game, though that hammer is very different in appearance and weight, and it is not, strictly speaking, his hammer. Yes, I'm cowering, and I don't care. These guys are tough, for me. I won't say that they're absolutely the, Oh, come on! Oh no! Oh no! Just let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Oh god. Just what I was trying to avoid. So there are a lot of things I could have done better there. And now, for real, you get to see Gostok's little troll toll in effect. So, you're welcome. Yeah, there's not much in the way of information regarding, God, I gotta do all of this over again. What a pain. Not a lot of information about Radigan before he led an army. Oh god. Guys, 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 guys. Come on. Please. Ugh. House of Pain says that dressing partition was the real boss the whole time. Yeah. This is not an infrequent occurrence for me to get caught on something while I'm panic rolling away and then just kind of give up and let Jesus take the wheel, so to speak. Thank you. You got anything else? Alright, you know what? We're just gonna... This is where I really get in trouble because my desire to just get this done... I don't know what I'm doing. Stop. Causes me to blast through things, leave enemies behind, make sloppy mistakes. And for me, it's, it can be hard to stay composed. Not cool. It can be hard to stay composed while you're, frustrated at your previous performance. Dreading the prospect of having to walk through a whole area again. Dreading having to fight the thing that caused you to die. I don't want to do this. No, sorry. That's foolish. We're just gonna wait. Another thing, again, carpenter, tools, etc. But sometimes when I try to go for an R2, the game's just like, nah, B. Oh. Really? Come on. Oh god. And see, all I had to do was not try to make 50 feet of space between me and him, heal, and then hit him before he had a chance to react. Which sounds blessedly simple on paper. But of course is not so simple when you are a jabroni. Thought that was a guy. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, just gonna... Before we go any further and open ourselves up to any more mistakes, touch grass. House of Pain says, praise the bonk. Praise the bonk indeed. When all else fails and you feel that your wits have left you, remember that you have abandoned your runes and go back for them. Of course, it's easy to forget that your runes are here because shoved in a corner, and there you go. I think I was somewhere in the 7300s when I perished, and I just picked up 5225. So we are missing Gostok's cut. I've heard it said that if you kill Gostok before killing Godric, you can get your runes back. I've never done it myself. Oh Christ. But maybe today's the day. Oh, hi bud. Thank you for the stone that I will not use. Alright, guy. Stay here and hope that he can't shoot me. Yep, alright. Well, poorly timed, but hey, what are you gonna do? I don't know how to get there from here. Presumably you can, like, I don't know. One wonders, is it worth the sacrifice? Oh, House of Pain says I kill him every time. On the one hand, yeah, he did you wrong. He does you wrong on multiple occasions, and does leave you for dead after a fashion. But he's also got a lot of psychological-ish that makes me slightly less than comfortable. Oh, whatever, man. Well, come on. Who's next? Oh, oh no. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, there goes more of my runes. That's okay. Good thing that I did all that grinding. Otherwise, I'd be very frustrated the fact that I just can't hold down runes. Gostok plays a role in the quest line of one of the NPCs you meet in the Lands Between. However, I don't know if it's an integral role that would cause the quest to fail if you didn't keep him alive. You know? I certainly don't. Oh, hi! Ohio! Yeah, we're not gonna fight over here with your pal. Ugh. Definitely fighting like a guy who has had it up to here. Or a gal, I guess. Lest we forget that dear Mildred is of the female persuasion. Go. Thank you. And yeah, lost quite a bit of runes there. Okay. Now is a good time to see if I have enough. And I do. To make 10 of these arrows. Hooray. Oh, crap! What's happening? What's going on? Do I have a... Oh, that must be the guy down there. I'm a nervous boy today, I guess. Alright. No horn for you. One does not need to be beholden to the hijinks of the enemies you fight. I hear a terrible bird. I mean, I don't know that it's a terrible bird. But one... Oh god, Bonkfest. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. So. Groups are clearly something I need to work on. Wazoo. Also, apologies if you hear some meowing in the background. Unfortunately, Harry decided to attack my wife just before the stream started, and I didn't want to have him do the same. He is a moody cat that sometimes decides it's fun to attack his parents. And tried a lot of things to help him out with this psychological ish. But at this point, he's an old boy, so we just love him. And shake our heads and cast a knowing smile whenever he gets up to what he gets up to. Okay. I'm not going to waste all of your time trying to figure out whether or not I can jump from there. So we got this guy down here. I know I can't jump over this. I've tried many times. Harry says, Harry. House of Pain says, grumpy old cat, praise Harry. Praise Harry indeed. When he isn't being a grump ass, which is most of the time, he's not being a grump ass. He's incredibly sweet, playful, cuddly, affectionate, etc. Just a joy to be around. I think we're gonna go this way. First, we're just gonna re-up, because there's no earthly reason for me to go out there without being properly armed. Alright. So, little game fact for you guys. I said you could parry the birds, but did you know you can also detonate the birds? Because they do the same to you if they had the chance. Important lesson. These birds are merciless. On my first playthrough, I didn't have a bow and didn't know where to get one, so I just had to fight these guys with melee every single time because I didn't know any better. House of Pain says, what? Blaziken frowns on those birds. Yeah, well, you know. In Gen 9 of Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet, they included a new dark flying type Pokemon named Bombardier, who does much the same, only instead of bombs, I think it's just like rocks, other Pokemon. Hey look, it's the Chapel of Anticipation again. Whee! Be careful doing that. I got incredibly lucky. What you're supposed to do is jump on the ledge and then fall straight down. But I suppose you can jump and, you know, hope that you get caught. Do this. And, okay. Which way is the safe way? Not that way. We'll go down over here. Platforming. Oh, that's cool. Let's take a peep at that, shall we? Marred wooden shield. Wooden shield of Stormveil soldiers. Much like the castle, it is marred by mottling and thorns. Some say it is the curse of grafting, which causes such affliction, while others still talk of its root being something altogether more sinister hidden deep within the castle. No skill on this. Of course, it's all well and good to say that grafting is bad, okay, and you shouldn't do it, but this entire castle is afflicted with Deathroot, as I'm sure we'll learn. Maybe not this stream, perhaps the next, but Deathroot, which I've talked about in a few streams, is the byproduct of the unfortunate fate of one Godwyn the Golden. And it seems that his... Oh, do you hear that? That's the sound of another honeypot. Oh, a honeypot that disappeared. That's okay. An aspect of his terrible bloated corpse is located below this very castle. And I dare say that we will come across it. So you see this guy here. This is a Crucible Knight. Funny that he'd just kind of be milling about. I'm sorry to say, but I'm not going to fight him unless I have no choice. He is very powerful, in possession of just the most poise you've ever seen on an enemy. And I've never been good at nailing down his playstyle. So we're not going to do it while I am so equipped, because he'll make mincemeat of me. What I'd like to do is, one way or another, find the, sorry. My brain's going in too many different directions right now. I'd like to find the parrying shield, because bosses, I mean, I say bosses, he's just a field enemy right now, but enemies like him are great practice for parrying because of their regular, predictable movesets. House of Pain says, not very unga-bunga of you, but that's okay, because I'm striving to step away from my unga-bunga roots to the best of my abilities. This is a creaky elevator. Huh. Well. I was under the impression that after coming up this way, I would be able to find Gostock. But it appears that I was mistaken. Alright. Nice thing about doing all of this way is that I can go back out here. I don't even think I got hit. I didn't. How about that? And I can go through here without having to worry about the birds this time. Because the birds are for the birds. Something I've clearly not gotten into the habit of doing yet is stating the ultimate direction I want my streams to go, which is to be an Elden Ring Ask Me Anything sort of thing. So those of you who are viewing, if you have any questions about the lore, mechanics, my experience, anything Elden Ring related, lay them on me. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking about the topics I can remember. Did I see something to pick up? I did. Ooh, nice. Okay. Thought it was a curved sword, but I guess it's not. Where are you? There you are. So you are a, what, a dagger? Yeah, you're a sword. Warhawk's Talon. Talon swords are affixed to the legs of Stormveil's warhawks, but this one has been repurposed for human use. The blade is thin and lightweight so as not to obstruct the hawk's mobility. Skill spinning. Slashes, skill favored by dexterous warriors. This is not the first time we've seen spinning slash. So that's cool. A cool weapon. It's cool that you can use it. I just want to equip it to see what it looks like in the hand of Mildred. It's very short, but it's got these nice like cutouts that look like make it look like waves. Oh, I got my first question from House of Pain here. Will you be doing Golden Mask's quest line? It's my intent to do nearly every quest line, and Golden Mask is no exception. There's some things you have to do for him. It's perhaps the least intensive of all of the Elden Ring Mending Rune side quests. And as such, I see no reason why I shouldn't do it. Will I use his Mending Rune in a perfect order? I don't know yet. I'm kind of leaning toward Duskborn for Mildred, but we'll see. The one thing that offsets the relative simplicity of Gold Mask's quest line is that it requires you to do something that is very unintuitive. I mean, all of them, all the end quest lines do, but to me, Gold Masks is the least intuitive because it requires you to gain a spell, know that you are gaining the spell for a purpose, and getting the attributes to use it, which for someone like me is a tall order, since I typically don't put points into intelligence or faith. Then you have to know where to use the spell. There is one hint given, but it's to look in a place that has tons of statues. I don't know how many of those statues are Radigan statues, but you do have to perform the spell in front of a Radigan statue in order to satisfy the quest line. Anyway, let's talk to Rogier, our companion who helped us defeat Margit a couple streams ago.
Ah, nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Rogier is the name. A sorcerer, as you might have guessed. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is. But enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormveil Castle? This place is bristling with tarnished hunters, you know. They sacrifice our kind for grafting. Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind.
Well, I am here to defeat Godric. I like his tassel. I like his little glintstone tassel.
I see. Here to challenge Godric and lay your hands upon a great rune, are you? You can see it then, I take it. The guidance of grace. Well, enjoy it while you can. I'm tarnished, like you. But unlike you, I've seen neither hide nor hair of this guidance for the longest time. Still, I won't forget how it felt when I first came here, to the lands between. I'm privy to a few magical battle arts. Would you care to learn one? As a fellow tarnished, once guided by grace, I'd love to help you out, if it please.
House of Pain asks, also, what is Rogier's deal? Does he do anything else in the game? Well, he sells you spells. I'm going to buy one of these spells because it gives me some dialogue with him. He has a quest line, and I've never been able to do it right just because I just do things out of order. I don't know a lot about Rogier. I know that he provides one of the organic methods of inserting yourself into Ronnie's company. He is a scholar, and he has been studying the Knight of the Black Knives and those who live in death. And it takes him to some pretty unfun places and causes him to lose some friends and catch a bit of the lands between Rona, unfortunately.
The battle art you've learned is of the Glintstone family. They were conceived at the Great Academy of Rea Lucaria, to the north of this castle. In the past, they obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order, or so I'm told. Fascinating, isn't it? That the Golden Order was pliable enough to absorb practices that contradicted itself in the past. With the Order broken, twisted, and in need of repair, such adaptability is more important now than ever.
House of Pain says, after Stormveil, Rogier becomes FDR. Spicy take, but yeah, he does get the old death root polio, sadly, and does eventually succumb to it. But yeah, his whole thing is he's trying to figure out the origin of Deathroot and those who live in death, and it takes him to a place underneath Stormveil Castle that we will eventually find, and leads him to meet with an aspect of Godwyn, which unfortunately cripples him. And from there, he is an hourglass, slowly dripping away until eventually you come in and he has entered a deep and fathomless slumber. Okay. Hey, bud. Where's your pal? You usually have a compadre. Not that I'm complaining. I don't want to fight both of you. Oh. Wow. That's why you take out the fire guy first, in case you were wondering. Yeah, these guys, they are tough. I spent a sad amount of time, my first playthrough, trying to get through Margit and then trying to get through Stormveil. And after that, I mean, of course, there were some bosses that gave me fits, but really after that, I stopped experiencing any kind of bottlenecks like that until Millennia. Oh, nice dodge. My arrows are currently not inexhaustible. Oh, man. Which is why I'm doing it this way. Come on, buddy. Get up here. Ugh. Man. I forgot how quickly the wind just gets taken right out of my sails when I'm fighting these banished knights. They are a pain in s. Oh no, oh no, whew. Oh, that was a scary jump. Going this way. I'm going in this way because I don't want to come down, get caught, get bonked, lose all the runes, etc. Oh, I feel kind of bad. These guys don't even care that I'm murking them. Alright, well, let's try it again. You know what I can do? I'm going to wait for him to turn his back. There we go, and we're going to... Sup, bruv? We're going to fight over here. Come on. Really? Thank you. Well, that's him. Sorted. Now we just have to worry about Fire Guy. I was really hoping he'd drop some armor, but, whatevs. Hey! Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's see it. Damaged armor draped with a large, deep red cloth, worn by soldiers sent to the penal colonies. I'm not dealing with anyone that has magic, lightning, or holy damage here. I probably don't want to wear this in Rea Lucaria, but that's a bit of a ways off. That is aesthetically appealing. There we go. I got the new drip now. I'm ready to fight. Ready to fight with courage and integrity. Okay, so we've got this hall here. And we've also got nothing else. Sneak, 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 sneak. More to say about Rogier. I guess fun fact, though, I'm not typically the town gossip, but after, ooh, yikes, that was some bad graphical whatevering. After you meet Rogier and finish your stuff at Stormveil, he comes to the Round Table Hold. I keep seeing some weird graphical things. I've got this guy down here, the crab. And he, much like you do, will lie with Fia, the deathbed companion. I think she enjoys his company because he is not discriminating about those who live in death. And he's a gentle soul. Or at least he strikes me as a gentle soul. Yeah. Take the Chrysalid's memento, very important. And some other stuff that's less important. There it is. Memento left by the Chrysalid sacrificed for grafting. A brooch wrapped in red velvet. Traces of blood are visible. Faintly visible spirits try to convey something, but their voices cannot be heard. So sad. This is what remains of Roderica's companions who went ahead of her and all got grafted. I mean, presumably also their bodies are here, but as she said, when you're grafted, you become a chrysalid, whatever that is, just another another way that you can be dead in the lands between, I suppose. If you'll pray forgive me, I'm going to do this rather than fight that guy just now. I want that up, so now I can come down there. And we are just going to not do that, sorry. We're going to take a quick step away so that we can tell our dear companion, Roderica, who is currently only known to us as the Heartbroken Maiden, that we found the remains of her friends. House of Pain says, what's in that book? I assume he's referring to the Chrysalid's memento that I just picked up. It looks like a book, doesn't it? I thought it was a book too until I read the actual words and saw that it's a brooch covered in blood, or a brooch on velvet covered in blood with spirits. And once we deliver this to Roderica and listen to her talk, as far as I know, we never hear about chrysalids again.
A pleasure to see you. Did you give the little chrysalids the message? That I love them, and that despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. What's this? A keepsake? From my men? Oh, goodness me. I can't...
Poor Roderica.
They all believed in me. They all thought I'd make something of myself. Me, who can't do anything. I think I'll head to the Round Table Hold. Perhaps I'll find my purpose there.
Thank you for telling my womb
I think I'll
what you
head to
plan.
the Round Table Hold. Perhaps I'll find my purpose there.
And thus begins Roderica's time in the Round Table Hold. We're going to go there, and we're going to talk with her for a bit, as well as see if there's anyone else who needs talking to at this point. For those of you who are not familiar, Roderica becomes a spirit tuner, which means that she can help us improve the quality of our spirit summons. But she needs some convincing first. Don't think Dialis has anything new to say. We're going to talk to...
Greetings. Nice to see you again. My name is Roderica. I should have told you sooner. Isn't this place impressive, though? The Round Table Hold. Covert quarters of the Two Fingers. And gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots, although it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
Well, allow me and Hugh to force a purpose onto you. Actually, I think I just saw... Ah, yeah, the D. Always silent.
We meet again. I'm glad you took my warning to heart. Those who live in death should be left well alone. All the more should you spy a mariner among their number. Well, well. Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh? But with a prowess for weeding Deathroot. How would you like to earn the strength of beasts? If you're inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their Deathroot, then I'll introduce you to Garank, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you?
Who am I to refuse an introduction to Garank?
Very well. Show me your map. I've marked the location for you, of a hidden gateway. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman.
Thank you. Okay. House of Pain says, what the fuck is up with his armor? I never looked too hard. Is he holding a woman made of armor? So D, as Roger will tell you, if you speak to him about D, is a twin. He has a brother, Devin, I think. And it said that, much like Marika and Radagon, they are two bodies but one spirit. Although I think it's kind of the other way around for Marika and Radagon, but that doesn't matter. So his armor is called the Twinned Armor, so named and designed in honor of his twin, who you don't meet until a lot further down the line in the game. And I believe, though this could be incorrect, that this twin has to die before you can see his other twin. And you also get his armor. It does look like a woman. I always thought it was like a baby, but it looks like, well, one, it looks incredibly uncomfortable to wear. Two, he's covering her eyes, and her eyes are already blindfolded, so she's got like this Lady Justice vibe, as if he is consuming silvery justice and assimilating into his golden armor. Perhaps a statement on the way that the Golden Order adopts practices and says, this is mine now, I did it.
Well, where have you been hiding? I took you for dead. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms, then.
If it isn't Roy Kent.
The girl you brought here. She's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade. But she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
There's been a lot of debate over who this person is that Hugh knew that he learned some of the finer points of spirit tuning from. Most people assume Marika because he has had audience with Marika. Marika has given him a very special task. However, I heard this morning, I think it was Crunchy and Ratatosker on YouTube, talking about how they think it could be Renna the Snow Witch, not the alternate persona that Ronnie has taken up, but her previous mentor of the same name, in whose image the doll body was designed.
Oh, and please allow me to express my thanks for giving me that keepsake from my men. It was as if I was frozen with self-pity. I failed them at every turn. You have my gratitude. Please, take this.
Thank you. I don't think that'll help me just yet, but...
It's all a bit much for me, in truth.
Yes.
I'm still looking for my own purpose. You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first. I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
More than anyone else in the game, I think Roderica is most deserving of waifu status. She's so wholesome, but she is...
Back already. No matter. Lay out your arms.
She is already quite attached to Hugh, so who am I to get in the way of that?
The girl. What about her? Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith? Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it. I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
Oh, buddy. You too. Didn't expect to be playing Matchmaker today.
If I do have a talent for spirit tuning, and goodness knows that would be a surprise, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me.
Alright, thank you much. Whoops. Sometimes when you approach the Round Table Hold, you just break a chair. So, yeah, as I suspected, that wasn't enough to get me to the next flask. Let me just see how many I need. I need 2. I have 1, so that means the next one I find will get me over the line. Fantastic. And I rested there briefly so that she would go to her new spot. And she's taken her hood off. She's got a brilliant mane of golden hair.
Good to see you again. Thank you very much. I have you to thank, don't I? For persuading Master Hugh. I can happily announce that he has taught me the noble toil of spirit tuning. I'm as yet unsure of what I might be able to accomplish, but if I might be able to help you all, I'd certainly like to try. And if there's any chance to ease the suffering of my dear men who were grafted, well, I certainly must try. Roderica, the Spirit Tuner Apprentice. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure's all mine. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna bump this one up and do that. And I don't have enough for that. So, demi-human ashes are now just a little bit stronger than they were before. Means that when we go back to the ulcerated tree spirit, maybe they won't fall apart like a bunch of loose soil. Not gonna hold my breath. Okay, so we got Gostock. This is where we're going. Huh. Oh, the lands between. Presumably I could have gone and seen if... Sorry. Gideon Ofnir was up to anything. But I don't relish the idea of talking with him, because he's a tool. Alright. Instead... Yeah. Not very much in the way of runes right now, so if I do find myself perishing to this big boy here, I won't have lost a lot. This is just ooh, a touch of payback that I certainly feel like I deserve. Oh no, oh no. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, you're a big, strong boy. Can't believe I got away with that, but you know. Look at you. Oh. Ugh. You're gonna drink. Oh, come on. Oh no. There we go. It's important to not, excuse me. It's important to not activate goblin mode when, whenever you get to the last few percentage points of fighting these guys. I say that only because I'm very, very guilty of doing so a lot. Let's see. House of Pain says, where do the grafted lads get all those extra hands? Well, for folks what think that grafting is a good idea, also let's just admire this painting of Godfrey. Truly a hero. Conveniently enough for these grafted boys and grafted girls, they are serving a lord who, when defeated by a tarnished, will help them obtain the rank of Elden Lord. So they've got a constant stream of would-be America simps walking in, bebopping around, looking for Roderick, only to instead get overwhelmed, like I have so many times, and then get their arms and legs and heads taken for Mr. Godric and his coterie of dirty, dirty boys. Could be that there are other locations where they obtain the arms from, but to me that's what's most sensible, and I think that's what's implied. Yeah. You see me cowering yet again. It's because that this guy, to me, is more threatening than the grafted scion. House of Pain says, is your cat named Would-Be America Simps? That's a good one. My wife and I recently invented a game, and I'm using the phrase invented and game quite loosely. Okay, we're gonna just get out of here. And we're gonna drink over here. And the way it's played is you say, this is my cat. And you say, oh no, 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 no. Oh, buddy. And you say something increasingly ridiculous. For example, I think on Sunday, I came up to my wife and I said, this is my cat, the loathsome dung eater. And she told me that I needed to stop playing the game for a bit. But mostly it's like, it's silly nonsense, like, this is my cat toothpaste. Or, this is my cat $5 footlong for limited time at participating Subway locations. And there's no winner or loser. There is only the joy of a game well played. So I invite all of you to play this is my cat with your friends, your family, the treasured people in your life. 'Cause it's a lot of fun. Alright, here we are. In the dark. If I were smart, I'd go back to the Site of Grace and get my flasks back. But no one's ever accused me of being smart. Now is another, well, not another, but now is a prime opportunity for me to use this thing, the Baldachin's Blessing. Ooh, buddy, game does not like the number of sprites I've forced it to load. Aw, beans. Whoops. Alright, look, homies. There's one. Do I have someone's attention now? Mayhaps. Since I saw you get one, what is the lore surrounding exalted flesh? And are we being cannibals? That's a great question. I've never read or even used exalted flesh. Currently I'm not in any danger, so now's a good time to look. Right here next to the pickled turtle meat. A lump of animal flesh, pickled in a medicinal solution mixed with fiery spices. Ooh, it's a buffalo wing. A craftable item. Temporarily boosts physical attack, considered a delicacy in the Badlands, which is where Horaloo is from. This invigorating repast was for the exclusive benefit of those who they deem heroes. So, essentially, you who would fight the battles of the lands between... Oh, Lord. Let's do this. Those of you who would fight the battles of the lands between get to eat chicken wings before each battle. Okay, guys, stop. Yeah, if I go out there, I'm just gonna die. So instead, I'm electing not to go out there. For now. Nice try. Okay, that's one. That's gonna be two. Presumably. Yes. At participating Buffalo Wild Wings, the Elden Lord Exalted Flesh Challenge. I love it. I think they should do it. B-dubs. Where are you? Let's make a deal here on behalf of From Software. This is not scintillating, however that's pronounced, but it's more scintillating, whatever, than watching me go through all of this all over again, which still may happen, but at least it'll be a little while longer in the getting. Alright, there we go. That's you. Okay, so you guys saw that. I know you guys saw that. What do we think, Am I being hunted? Yes, I am being hunted. Yikes. I guess I'm gonna have to drink my last here. There's rats down there. Frankly, more unpredictable than these guys. But, like, what peppers grow in the Badlands, do we think? Is it... Oh, hello. Oh, come on. Oh, there's two of yous. Okay. Well, now there's one of yous. Oh. Sorry, bud. That. Thank you for the shroom. Thank you for the shroom. Oh, no. Woo! A lad. A spicy lad. You know what? We're just gonna take you out while I'm thinking about it. Oh, big boy! Big boy makes some noise. And some more fire arrows just for me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. If Horaloo prepared me some buffalo wings, I would certainly eat them. Not the least of which, or reasons not the least of which being that I just really like buffalo wings, but seldom get to have them because they are absolutely dreadful for you. Okay, that's not worth it to me. All right. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna there we go. Let no one approach me with this weak shit again. What pepper variants would you imagine for each region? Says House of Pain. A good question. Who's blowing the horn now? Limgrave? I think they'd probably get like Hungarian, the paprika pepper. This seems like a land that would support the peppers so common in Hungarian cuisine. Liurnia. Liurnia is on that funky, tingly Szechuan pepper shit, for sure. They do not want the hot. They want the fun sensation of whatever it is that Szechuan peppers do to your mouth. Don't blow the horn. Alright. More exile armor. Oh, and something here. Oh! And a pike. Thank you. Lane Dell. The Altus Plateau, I mean. It's hard for me to look at the Altus Plateau and say, these are a people who, enjoy a spicy boy. I feel like they would more likely get, I don't know, they might be hatched chili folk. I feel like the hatched chili could be assimilated into the Golden Order. Gelmir, they want them scorpion peppers because it's a hot place, and I'm sure that being the blasphemous so-and-so that he is, Altus Plateau equals New Mexico. Confirmed. Other plateaus in New Mexico, I think. It fits. It fits my headcanon of New Mexico. But yeah, I imagine Rykard inviting friends and family over for a meal, and making them what looks like just like a delicious cod stew, or something like that. But little do you know, he seeded 20 scorpion peppers and put the seeds in the stew, and then watches as you double over in pain and experience Taco Bell level shits. Oh, good teamwork, my guy. Way to wait for me to get got. Okay, so here's the problem. The problem here is that this guy here is the problem, in short. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Oh my! Okay, well. Ugh, dog. Doig. Pondana. Ui. Ooh. At least if I die here now, I will be, oh. Okay, I need to... Come on. Well, iframes be praised to an extent. Yeah. I could have pressed the button, but I think I would have flipped the button and died instead of getting all of my flasks back. And that's okay. If I'm going to die, let it be right here. Let us make our stand here. Well, I will take that back. And we're going to try our hand at this guy again, because runes be damned. I already leveled up quite a few times off screen. Don't need to level up on screen. Oh, I wonder if if it's safe to fall down here. This is one of the ways you can get to the death route, which I've been speaking of so much. A couple streams ago I talked about these guys. These are omens. In case you were unfamiliar with what an omen looked like, they look like this. Come on. Nope. Yeah, alright. That's the trick. Don't care about the dog. Dog doesn't matter. Oh, you want to know the other trick? The other trick that'll help you out a lot? You can use spirit summons here. That's a thing you can do. So instead of going on a one-woman mission across Stormveil, I could have brought those guys out. Oh well. Let's take a look at this thing I just picked up. Prophecy painting. Work of a wandering artist, reminiscent of a painting titled Prophecy. The painter is said to have captured the landscape scene during the last moments of those welcomed into death's embrace. A soul of the painter and vestiges of the dead's last moments can be discovered by visiting the location depicted even now. So, somewhere in Limgrave, we can find this spot pictured here, and there will be a corpse sitting on a chair with an item. If I'm not mistaken, these items are pretty much always spells, which makes them scarcely worth the effort for me. But if you are looking for fun stuff, you can try to solve the puzzle. Oh, yeah. Hello. Come on. Ooh, you got the... Oh, no! Bad bird. Okay, we're gonna... Come on. Yes, thank you. That bird has aspects of the Crucible. All the paintings are landscapes, Bob Ross confirmed, says House of Pain. Yeah. I think everyone knows... Oh, this is where I came from. Everyone knows that you can't harm Bob Ross as he walks along the lands between. He is a friend to all. And I'm just gonna do this. Why risk it? Cat. I've got a cat on my lap right now. It's Birdie. Here he's still up. I'll be letting him out as soon as, ugh. Not a good look. As soon as the stream's over. We have a room in our apartment for the cats, so that we can put them up at night, so that they don't get into any food or pee on the couch or anything weird like that while we're asleep. It also serves as a place to put Harry when he's misbehaving, or just generally not cooperating. What I mean when I say that is he cannot stand the sight of people he doesn't know. And if he spots anyone that he doesn't know in our apartment, he will immediately attack us and then them. So we unfortunately cannot have people over and also have Harry out. But luckily we have this room to make it easier on us. Hey, bud. So, any of you who may have been wondering, why are you attacking Alexander? He was so gallant and nice. That's not Alexander. There are a bunch of small and large nondescript jars. An entire village of them, even. Scattered across the land between. House of Pain has put Alexander emojis in the chat, as all should. And sadly, not all of them mean well. Like, dear... Oh, means... Dear Alexander Warrior Jar. Oh, look at me. Stormcaller. Let's read that, shall we? Just... No, wrong way. Okay, here we go. Stormcaller. We have Storm Stomp too. One of the skills that channels the tempests of Stormveil. Spin armament to create its surrounding storm winds. Repeated inputs allow for up to 2 follow-up attacks. Usable on swords capable of slashing, axes, hammers, and polearms. Small and colossal weapons accepted. So we've been seeing these Exile Knights do that. And it really throws me for a loop. However, it's not what I'm going to be doing. Now, if you're someone who's just looking to get out of Stormveil as soon as possible, not mess around, boss door's right there. You don't have to do any of the rest of the stuff that I'm about to do. But I like collecting the items. I like discovering the lore. And I just like hanging out with you guys. And despite its troubles, I think that Stormveil is a fine environment. A good baby's first legacy dungeon. Oh. I hear someone taking a nap or something. If I jump down here, I'll be unable to get back up. But I don't care. I hear a bird. Let's see. Anything over here? Nope. And we have a... Oh, there is a bird. Alright, well. Don't care about the bird. Though maybe I should. There we go. Oh! Oh no. Drink. And that's him done. Him sorted. Didn't drop anything for me. But I will take that set of feathers. What do we got here? Lump of flesh. I know I picked up a few of these earlier. No, I picked up raw meat dumpling, which pungent raw meatball made succulent by virtue of being on the verge of turning. Yum! Restores HP, but also poisons. Not recommended for those who prefer to know the origin of their meats. Spooky, huh? Sorry, I just need to get rid of this UI. There we go. And lump of flesh. A lump of beast flesh filled with rich juices. Material used for crafting items found by hunting carnivorous beasts. Meal suitable for a rustic feast. No thank you. I will pass on the satchel meat. But I appreciate the offer. Maybe I can get up here. Oh, hey! Hey, I'm just dumb. I've just been dumb this whole time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You can get back up if you want. Presupposing that you have the intelligence and patience to do what I just did. What we got here? Smith and Stone. Okay, so this is all... yeah. Whee! Jump. Jump. Alright. If I were a level designer, I would have put a guy to jump out at me from this corner. But maybe they put the Trina's Lily there so that I get surprised in this corner. Nope. I guess it's just a suspiciously opulent opening. That meatball looks almost identical to the rice clumps from Sekiro, House of Pain writes. I never played Sekiro. I've heard great things about it. I think the perceived lack of versatility in Sekiro makes me feel unwilling to play it. I've also heard that there's a high skill ceiling. Oh, commoner shoes. That's neat. Let's see. Check these shoots. Shoes, not shoots. Modest shoes made of cloth. Standard wear for commoners that lands between. Only there are no commoners remaining with their wits about them. Great. So I'm just murking the village idiots here, unfortunately. Hey, guy. Don't throw things. Impolite. It's you, you, you. And now you. Okay. Da 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 da. And of course there's like 8 of you guys. Oh. Ow. You can dispense with the throwing of the items. Not cute. Hey, Manor Town Shield. Good night. And a commoner's headband. Well, well, well. It isn't our lucky day. Alright, where do we start? Manor Tower Shield. An iron great shield large enough to cover the entire body depicts the Round Table Hold, gathering place of champions. Great shields boast. Blah, blah, okay, that's, yeah. No lore there. So this is what the Round Table Hold apparently looks like from the outside. I don't remember what it looks like, because you do see the physical manifestation of the Round Table Hold in Lanedell. Presumably it looks like that. And I picked up this commoner's headband. Same thing. Boppin' the mentally infirm. Doesn't that make me look like a good fellow? And we have... oh, pick this up first. Thank you. Come on. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. A message from Rogier. Thank you. My brother-in-law, what I was seeking was a lot closer to me than where it is now, or where I am now. But I appreciate you looking out for me. Not a whole lot of people will do that. for a lowly tarnished such as I. Hey, an item. This is a risky move. Yeah, there we go. But well worth it at this stage. A golden rune plus 5 is like... what? Oh, 1,600 runes? Never mind. A little bit of clever footwork in exchange for 1,600 runes that you may as well lose easily. Alright, so here we are. It's 9:15. Got 15 minutes left of the stream. And of course I'll be picking back up on Twitch this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I've got... I don't know how many runes here. 8,700. I need another 5,200 to level up. So this is 3,200, 5,400. Okay, there we go. So we are going to just quickly spend these. And it may seem silly to spend these now, but I'm going down to go deal with a mini-boss in this area. One who I'm sure everyone who watched the stream on Thursday will recognize. And given the way that I play this game, it would be better to store the runes in my body rather than let Gostock nibble away at them. I'm thinking... no, not you. There we go. Almost a 30 here in dexterity. That's exciting. Alright. I've put away the majority of my runes. That's not the way I want to go. Whoopsies. Dex. House of Pain says, Dex, more Unga. He's like the, I assume he, is like the devil on my shoulder telling me to get back on my old bullshit. And I'm doing everything in my power to try a slightly different playstyle, even though I acknowledge full well that I'm still unging and bunging to an extent. Just slightly more quickly. House of Pain also says, more red bar. I mean, I bumped my vigor up to 25, but yeah, I guess it is lower than my... I mean, the only reason it's lower than my endurance bar, or rather my stamina bar, is because I'm wearing that Viridian Amber medallion. My endurance is at 20, which is fine. I don't intend to have a huge, like, wear huge armor, swing around huge weapons for much of this playthrough. Yeah. That R2 is ridiculous. The most ridiculous thing about this R2, in the best way possible, and the most admirable way possible, is the R2 movement that you do when you're crouched. Like, look at this. Okay, that was a bad... Never mind. Sorry, it's the R1. The R1 is a swift turn, and you can really get a wide arc on anyone you're sneaking up on that way. But we've just entered Boca Raton over here. Okay, come on. Bonk. And lock on. Come on. Bonk. Alright, baby rats out of the way. But there is a big rat right here. Hey, bud. Yeah. Okay, nab I'm going to thank you, Poison Bloom. Ooh. That was needlessly snide. Thank you, game, for the gift of your body's Poison Bloom or whatever. Okay, I hear the jingling. For Rancor Call, that's a spell. An interesting spell. Got dead mouse emojis in the chat. Very, very clever. I like that. Okay, Rancor Call, the only sorcery I have currently. Summons vengeful spirits that chase down foes. Charging enhances potency. Once thought lost, this ancient death hex was rediscovered by the necromancer Garrus. Something I love about FromSoft games is that there are as many characters as Song of Ice and Fire who are mentioned a couple of times and have this interesting renown, and have a story that hints at a far larger scope. And wouldn't you know it, we're fighting this guy again. Oof. Okay. Haha! Oop. Oop. I keep hoping that I'm going to trigger bleed on this guy, but it hasn't happened yet. Oh, man. Whew, that could have been a lot worse. There we go. Ouch. Come on. Oh god. Don't enter goblin mode, Vince. Come on. Yeah! Look at that. Look at that, guys. And a golden seed to boot. This one must be much, much easier than a Stone Sword Key. Look at that. Than the one in the Fringe Folk Hero's Grave, because that was like... Maybe it's the boss arena of Fringe Folk Hero's Grave. Maybe it's that I just kind of let my guard down significantly because I had the spirit summons, but that was just like so much easier to me. And now this sorry being is the ever-growing, ever-living body of Godwyn the Golden, dead in spirit, alive in body, Prince of Death, as he is known. Let's really quick look at this. For those of you who play in multiplayer mode, you could easily miss this bloodstain because this whole arena would be covered in bloodstain. House of Pain says, ew, what the hell, I've never noticed that. Yes. As I've mentioned a few times, there are at least 2 locations where you can find Godwyn's terrible, fishy, like, beached Portuguese man-of-war body. One is here, the other is in the deeper depths, far underneath the ground. But let's really quick just see this story that this bloodstain tells. And that was Rogier. As I mentioned before, he came here to study Deathroot and those who live in death. And of course that led him to one of the sources of Deathroot, this Godwyn corpse. And he must have poked and prodded it too much because he was cursed with Deathblight. House of Pain says, oh shit, that is so cool. It is pretty cool. I've never played multiplayer, so I've never overlooked this particular bloodstain. But I'm hard-pressed to say that there are any other bloodstains like that in the base game. I could be mistaken, though. Cue the Snake Eater theme, by the way. This is a very long ladder. I live my life, not for honor, but for you. The only thing I know about Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is that there's an opening credits scene where he's climbing up a ladder and they play that song. I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game, but I've heard that they are a treasure. And climb up. Didn't think that I'd get it in one, but who am I to complain? What happens if I jump down here? Am I gonna, like, get got? Got by art? Okay, so I could use my Stone Sword key to deal with that. How many runes do we have? It was a paltry sum that I got out of that. I think what I will do instead is yoink that. Oh ho ho! I mean, I make that sound knowing full well that this is already a +2. Yeah, so I can't use it. But whatevs. Whatevs, kid. So here's what we're going to do. Going to fast travel to the secluded cell. And we're going to level up our flask, because we have 2 golden seeds now, courtesy of Roderica and the ulcerated tree spirit. Makes me wonder, if I couldn't go back and defeat the one over at Fringe Fokira's grave with the confidence I have. Of course, it's not something I can do right now, because it'll take at least 15 minutes for me to get back down there. But something to think about. I think I'm going to wait till after I clean up Castle Stormveil. All of this went super fast, despite the deaths. As I mentioned when I first played, I spent months, sad it is to say, probably 2.5 months, trying to defeat Margit, stepping away, doing other things, trying to get through Stormveil Castle, stepping away, doing other things, and then finally getting through Stormveil Castle. And after that, it was kind of, I don't want to say a cakewalk, but it didn't feel like such a gut check that this area is when you're first starting and you're first getting used to whatever playstyle you're playing and your low level and all that. But who needs to hear me pontificate on that? I think I'm going to wrap it up just a little early. But I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me, asking some interesting questions, hopefully getting some interesting answers, and just having a good time with Mildred through Stormveil Castle. I will see the lot of you on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, right here at Twitch TV. And if you came in a little late or just feel like you want to rewatch, all of these videos are up on YouTube under the Valcorpa channel. Other than that, it's been a pleasure speaking with all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Thursday. Valcorpa out.